Hello, everybody. Happy 4th. It's not 4th yet, but it's coming. I wanted to show you what I've been up to. I've been not haven't had anything downloaded for a few days. Had a little bit of a problem. I was covering the blueberry bushes, and they came out fine. And I was recording. I recorded all doing them, so I would have plenty of footage. And for some reason, it's not letting me upload it. The files always it goes for like a long time, and then it fails. Like right before it's done, it says it's failed. So what I'm going to do is show you and explain, and maybe sometime I can figure out what the problem is. I'm kind of thinking it's actually my computer. All the help, like the help, not help, the help things I was looking for, saying if you're getting like choppiness and this and that and everything, it could just be that your computer is going to be new. And I've been kind of thinking my computer has to be new for a long time, but I don't use it that much. I do almost everything off my phone. So I'm going to have to figure that one out. But let me pop what I did. All right, let's get a little farther. Okay. We have blueberry bushes, and you have seen that one in the back. That I did this one with, they're just wire panels and some netting. This one really isn't done yet, but it's like good enough for now. That's going to stay up there, but that's good enough for now. And the deer haven't come down and eaten them, so this year I actually have berries on this one. See them? Yay. This is like the first time. Usually as soon as I see berries, they're like doing great, and then poof, they're gone. So anyway, but this is going to be great. So it's been raining on and off. I haven't been able to cut my clover carpet yet, so it's kind of a pain to walk in, especially when I'm always in bare feet, so I'm like getting my toes all jacked up. So anyway, these bushes are probably 55 to 60 years old, and in the fall I will show you how to trim, because like all these pieces aren't actually 50 years old. Is you trim the oldest 3 and then shape. And I did a massive trim last year. I mean, it's amazing what I cut out of there. I did not prune them out, so they have like still a lot of small stuff in there, but they're doing awesome. I've tried so many different ways to cover. We started with just cheesecloth, like when they were small, and just putting the nets on top. And every time you move the nets and stuff, the berries fall. So that's what happens. So have it go right up against the stone wall. These are those gazebos, like shade rooms, or people call them a lot of different things. But I get this like skeleton part, the framework, when they're on sale. And I use them for a lot of things, so I do tend to have them get busted up. So if they're on a really good sale, I'll get 2, and I'll just put one in the basement, because I don't like to go out and spend full price for stuff. So having a spare is really good, because if there's like, for the winter, I put one out back so that my dad can like walk out in case there's a lot of snow. It makes it easier, but then you get a windstorm and then they flip over. And that's what I've got in the back. You've seen the pile of who knows what it is back there. Well, that's what it is. It's these frameworks flip, and then because I use the tarp on that tarp it comes with, and I leave that on the top, and then they get picked up by the wind and flipped over, and then you have like a leg goes sideways. But right now I actually have two that are broken, and I think because they are the same type, that what I can do is disassemble them and make one good one. And I'll use that on those little, around the corner, those little ones. I'm going to put them in a permanent structure so I don't have to worry about them every year. But I think I'll make that more of a permanent thing because they are broken. And I'll just get some straight ones. We'll see how it goes. But I'll figure things out, and I will make a video of that. But I will figure out how to put in a link for the things that I use, because the zip ties that I use to tie everything together, right? I get them at Harbor Freight. They're the 12-inch, and on sale. I think it's a pack of, I want to say it's a pack of 50 or 100, something like that. And they're like $1.99, so you can't go wrong. But I used to sew them, and see how they get one here, one here. I used to take like a cotton thread, like for cooking in the kitchen or something, just a cotton thread. It is biodegradable, and sew the nets to, like, instead of tying up here, I would sew it. And it makes no spaces. Like, I got fewer birds would get in. One thing that I did want to show you is when you put up this framework, the legs are short, and it's just like when you put the top on. I couldn't believe the first year I did it, I forgot to put the top on, and I'm standing like with a ladder. Put the top while this is still low, and I do it when it's not over the bush. I do it out in the side here and get the framework with the top on it, and then lift it up, and then I can push it over the bush and pick it way up and everything, and you don't have any problems that way. You don't have to go over anything or around anything. This one I still didn't do underneath of it, but as you can see, like, this one hasn't been done under there. It's been almost 5 years now, I think. I was trying to figure it out. Last year, one thing I did was I did go and get from the transfer station, like it's like a recycle station we have here, some wood chips, so that there was not a lot. I think it was like one trash barrel, just to have something so it wasn't just muddy under there. But the underneath, if you dig down, you can still feel a little bit of cardboard. But basically, until next year, like next year will be the one where the stuff starts growing again. But it was off so much that nothing grows. Like, even though there's no cardboard under there, it takes a year for things to come up again. Right? This is the third one. As you can see, the tops are all different. Let me go around this bush. And I didn't even finish this one yet because it started to rain. But you can see how, like, it's over the top. And let's go in. And there's nothing. The top is on. And I haven't put this last side on yet. But for the front, this one, I do put the one side on and flip it up onto the roof. Then when I move it on, I can just fold it over. Otherwise, you're going to be like trying to, well, for me, I'm on the stone wall, so I'd be trying to walk on a stone wall and attach the top. But if you like straight all the way around, it wouldn't be such a big deal. And I put some poles to hold the net away from the bush. And so it's pretty straightforward. Years ago, we did have, I did make one so that it was pretty permanent. I did it with some tubing. I'll show you the tubing and how that worked because I still use it down here on the bottom. It's over on the sidewalk. But I put the tubing in, and they were like Quonset huts. See that tube right there? Same basic thing. That tube had a big long PVC that went up and around like a rainbow. And this is one. See, this one's been moved. And wait a minute, that might be an original one, and that one might have gotten moved because they were far out. This one may have been over here. And then these tubes are the ones that are left. Oh, people. See, these two. So that the rainbow went like this. And then this side came down, and it had PVC that went up and connected on those two sides. And it was just like big rainbow. And what it had was chicken wire, so that they were like 1-inch squares. They weren't really great for chipmunks, but it kept squirrels out, kept all the birds out. Didn't have to go through setting it up every year. It was really nice. The trouble that happened with that was we had a lot of snow, and that was that. So what can you do? And these are extra pipes I have, and I just put them at the bottom of the net. It's a little bit long, comes out, and then I just lay these. So it's just laying right on there. This one's pretty short, so I tied it, but it keeps it like more down to the ground, easy to move. And this is the net that I use. It's heavy duty deer netting. It comes in like 100-foot rolls, but I just found a site that has a 330-foot roll for the price of 3 rolls. So you actually get an extra 30 feet, which is really darn good. These covers, like this one's a big one. I think the sides of this are 10 foot. One of them is 8 foot. So you multiply how much you need. Like this one here, I need at least, it's 60 foot because the 4 sides are 10. And then there's 10 on each side. And you have to add extra for overlap and all that stuff. So I generally, when I'm ordering net, I figure 75 to 100 feet per. But this net here, holy smoke, this net, I'll bet you, is, I want to say it's 6 years old, maybe 7. So I did try one time where I used to get the bird netting. Figured, hey, it's just birds I'm keeping out. But with the up and down, it snags. It's hard to see. It's hard to work with. So the big thing that really is go with that heavy net, and then you just take it down. I roll it up like those that roll there. Those rolled up panels. It's a few extra panels that I have to finish that last one on the side. And I do have probably another whole gazebo worth of panels cut. So I do like to have spares because, I mean, once in a while you do get tears and stuff. But if you have fruit bushes, small fruit trees, same thing. If it would, like, say this was too short, you could always extend these legs. I would. PVC, or like these metal poles. These are from one of those carport things like I have in the back, and they just snap together, right? But if you put a like say something smaller inside, you could cut that off, you could connect these together, you could make those legs long. And these, with windstorms, unlike when the top is on, the wind goes right through them. I have never had one flip or dance or anything, and they've been out in hurricanes. So if there's going to be a hurricane, the only thing that I will do is run like a not a nail, but I take like a piece of coat hanger and make a big U, just to give it a little something so it doesn't dance around. But usually I forget. I really do. And they've been out in hurricanes and stuff. My biggest thing is I tend to leave them up too long in the fall. And if you're doing this is very important. Before I go, make sure you leave yourself a door. This is my door. It's just a sideways piece. Hold the two together. Give them a good overlap. Nothing bothers going in. This one has like maybe a 2-foot overlap. It goes from here over there. And this is just like it's part of one of those flower rings. It's the leg. And I just poke it down through. It's just something to keep it closed, but you want to make sure that you do have a way to get in. You don't want to be crawling underneath of this thing. So, but it's amazing. You don't see any berries. You cover it, and it's like the next day. It's loaded. So that's what those birds eat. I was late getting it on this year. I wanted to get it on in June. Usually I put them on right after those white, the little flower petals. The birds eat them. Once the birds are done with those little white flower petals, I try to cover them. But I was late this year. We had so much rain and everything. And I don't like working on the berries when they're wet, because it's easy to like get hung up on the leaves and stuff when they're wet, and you just start knocking stuff all over the place. So anyway, hope that helps you. If you have any questions, leave them below. Please make sure you subscribe if you haven't, but please like it and comment, and tell me if you have any questions. I'm sure there's a million things that were in the first video that I haven't mentioned, but if you have any questions, please ask me. I will answer. And hopefully this helps you keep more of your fruit and most of it doesn't go towards wildlife. So I'll tell you, there was a while when taking care of my mom and dad, and we do sell the berries, but sometimes it was just too much. That this last third bush over here, I would sometimes, if it was just one of those years, either we didn't have a big production year. There was one year they were just, for some reason, bitter. I don't know why, but I left this one uncovered so that the birds could eat them, just to be nice. And how do they repay me? They build nests in my attic. Oh my, crazy. So, but that's all right. So, and then not too hideously ugly, but I will tell you, when I'm putting them up, that's all I hear. People honking, driving by, saying blueberry, I mean literally yelling, it's blueberry season. See, it's not too bad, but people know when it's time. They certainly do. So anyway, hope everybody's having a good day, and I hope everybody has a great 4th of July. Hope you see fireworks. We're only going to be watching the ones on TV. We're not going anywhere. Dad wants to see Macy's. So there you go. I'm putting up buntings tomorrow. But anyway, hope everybody has a really, really nice 4th and that you're happy, healthy, safe. Take care. Till next time. Be well. Bye-bye.